The following companies were responsible for sponsoring this weekend's Enduro at Bulolo. The Hotel Cecil from Lae, South Pacific Machinery from Lae, Bulolo Motors, who provided free fuel for the weekend, and the Bulolo Rifle Club, which provided the venue for all the social occasions that took place. P&G Forest Products, on whose logging tracks the events were performed, and to whom we are exceedingly grateful. JT Crosby Tyres of Lae and Port Moresby. Anko Coffee of Lae, Goroka and Mount Hagen. Ella Motors, all centres throughout Papua New Guinea, and their famous Wheels for the Nation. Wormwold International for your total security coverage. Lae Suzuki Centre. For all your motorbike requirements, do not hesitate to contact Hans Mell on Lae 422679. Morrowby Bakery of Lae. Zorba Agencies of Lae. Highland Products, manufacturers of those famous and succulent Zenag chickens. For all your chicken requirements, do not hesitate to contact Phil Franklin or Phil Lae on phone 445373. Suppliers to chickens throughout the Morrowby and Highland provinces. WD and H.O. Wills, manufacturers of cigarettes and fine tobaccos. And finally, Bishop Bross Engineering of Port Moresby. Telephone 255575 or 257864 for all your engine reconditioning requirements. More at Bulolo for round 3 of the Papua New Guinea 1984 Enduro Championship, being held this weekend at Bulolo, today being Saturday the 10th of November. Firstly, let me recap on the situation of the scores placings as they stand to date. In July, the first round of the Enduro, A grade in the open overall competition. First was Graham Lash from Mount Hagen. Second, Phil Franklin from Zenag, local rider here from near Bulolo. Third, Lenny Taselli from Goroka. And fourth, Paul Curry, co-air pilot from Lae. In the B grade, Scott Bennett from Goroka was leading, from Bob Geddes from Lae and Phil Heggie from Lae. One of the outside riders who didn't compete was Alan Elroy, otherwise known as Pouchy, who today, this weekend, is riding again for the first time since that weekend where he took a nasty fall. He's certainly a wild card in the competition. It'll be interesting to see how he goes. Third event was in Goroka in September. First in the A grade, open competition, Phil Franklin. Second, Kim Blakefield of Goroka. Third, John Edwards of Goroka. And fourth, Graham Lash from Mount Hagen. In the B grade, Scott Bennett once again was victorious, leading the field from Bob Geddes, and in third place, Richard Philp of Lae. In the combined total as it stands at present, Phil Franklin is the leader from Graham Lash. Both Lae riders should be riding this weekend. It'll be great competition between them. Following them in third place, Len Taselli in there in the ratings, and fourth, Kim Butchfield. In the B grade, Scott Bennett is leading the field from Bob Geddes, very close competition, both riding this weekend. And in third place, Richard Philp. This week's end round will be a 2-day competition. Today, Saturday afternoon, in the A grade will be 3 laps of a 12-mile circuit, and the B grade will be 2 laps of the same 12-mile circuit. Tomorrow, Sunday, will be A grade, 3 laps of a 25-mile circuit, and in the B grade, 2 laps of the same 25-mile circuit. The weather's fine, looking glorious, a little bit overcast. It should be great riding, and we're looking forward to a great event. The Bulolo Hotel before the start of the event. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We've had lunch and it's now just about time for the pre-race preliminaries.
That's the most important.
Alrighty, he's right, your attention, please. Sure. I'll just run through for the benefit of riders. Can I just have your attention, please? Today is, as you know, is the first day of the Bulolo 2-day Enduro. We've got 15 competitors at present. There's a few who I think are still coming, but may only end up riding one day. We'll have to make a start because there's a nice big cell building up over the side of round 1 this afternoon, and I'd like to be riding whilst it's dry, not wet. So I'll make a start. Have all riders got a copy of the competition rules? If you haven't, there's some on the table you can grab as you go out. Just running through that, the classes are the same as we did in the last 2 events where we have A and B grade and a combined class event in A and B grade and outright placings for prize winning. Today's ride is around a 12-mile circuit. A grade will be doing it 3 times, B grade twice. You should only need 1 tank of fuel, and it should take us, I'd say, around about half an hour under for a circuit. At the end of your riding, whether you're riding A grade or B grade, the bikes have to go into a compound out on this log landing and stay there until we come into town. We'll bring the bikes back into town and then they get locked up also at Bulolo Motors in compound overnight. The riders have 10 minutes to work on them tomorrow morning before the machines are given a cold start test prior to moving out to our circuit where we're riding tomorrow, which is in the big bush on the other side of the valley. All riders should have a number by now. Numbers on the bike and on the helmet, side of the helmet. So in this afternoon's event, there is 1 route check. We have a main start-finish point. When you come into the start-finish point, switch your bikes off. There is a sign there saying start and finish. There is a sign also saying switch your motor off. If you don't, there will be a penalty awarded of 20 points. Other penalties in the event are failure to stop a motor in the fuel control. If you do decide you need fuel today, starting your motor up in there, that point is also 20 points. Loss of a time card is 10 points. And for tomorrow morning, in the special test, there's a 15-point loss if your bike doesn't start within 1 minute. That's the cold start test. Now today, for each lap, we're doing the same as what we've done in the last Enduro here, where you have to get a new card for each lap, and points lost count at 1 point a minute or part thereof. All the bikes are lined up in anticipation of a start. The ladies who are doing the adjudicating are ready. We're just awaiting for advice from around the field to make certain the marshals are installed at the various checkpoints, and we'll have a start. Well, first away in today's event is number 5, Duncan Atkinson, Kiwi rider out of Air Care and Lay, and on to his right, there we have number 15, Scott Bennett out of Goroka, first away in today's event.
Where's the line? Do we roll or do we just jump on?
Just jump on when she says go, get on, start it, go. That's the line at the table. Go. I can't get Skittles.
For the first two riders away, we have number 44, Michael Lifu, lining up. And with him is number 7. Number 7 there in the green pants is Henry from Bulolo. I'm sorry I can't give you Henry's full name, it's too long. You feeling confident, Michael? No, he says. Looks like Sir Lancelot there behind that big visor of his. A word for the viewing public before you go, Henry?
Yeah? Bye-bye. See you later.
McPhilp, number 14. I got that wrong, I didn't, yes. I got Mick Stewart. I got Mick Stewart, and here we have Richard Philp.
I'd just like to thank my mother, my father,
A lot of thank yous going on here. Lining up for the start.
MVP, for making
Number 14 on the left, number 16 on the right.
20 kilometres.
25 seconds to a start.
Just giving you a wink before the clock on the road so you can do it.
5 seconds. Go.
Let's pull up. On the left of your screen we have Mr. Dave Morgan, number 6, patron of the Viking Hotel in Sydney, riding in his second Enduro here in Bulolo, and on his right number 21. Let me see who we've got. Number 21, Bob Geddes from Lay, Intrack and Lay, getting ready for a start. Waiting on the marshal here who's timing them. She's watching a watch, and they'll be given a warning at 10 seconds and they'll be away.
Don't talk like that because I'm actually a minute. I'm still separate shock.
Go.
Next in line, number 26, Alan Elroy, who had a lot of bad luck on the first Enduro here in Bulolo, back to redeem himself. Alan riding bike number 26, Kawasaki 200 on his left. Looks like Paul Curry. Looks like him, Paul Curry from Co-Air and Lay, riding again, bike number 45. Looking for a start here. Anything to say to the viewing public before you go? Might be the last thing you ever say.
Well, I just hope the front wheel doesn't fall off again.
There it is from the man who happened.
Wired up this time.
Let's have a look at this front wheel.
Wired up and locked it.
There it is, the offending wheel.
Don't worry, Pat, you can always do a mono all the way home.
Go.
Stream we have Len Tuselli from the United States of America. There he is. Len Tuselli, performer in the last Enduro here at Bulolo on his right. Greg Blewett, number 34. A fine performer in the last Enduro here in Bulolo, unfortunately cancelled out because of the bike he was riding, but this time he is right back in the ratings and is looking for a result.
I regret that I have but one bike to ride.
Go.
Well, the last pair away is the most interesting combination of the day. First, in the Enduro at Goroka, Phil Franklin, number 23. On his right, number 4, Graham Lash, winner here at Bulolo back in July, and currently running first and second in the open event. And here they are pairing off in the first of today's races. 15 seconds to the start. Five seconds to a start.
Go.
They're away. Well, that's it. They're away. 15 riders in all. I beg your pardon, it's 14. And they're all away. 12 miles to go. Here's the first of our riders coming through. There's a pair of them. Here they come. He stopped. Number 15 stopped. Number 15, number 44. Next pair, Scott Bennett and Michael Leafu have just gone through, the first two riders through, and here come the next pair, close on their heels. Wherever this chap is, he's caught up a lot of time. There's 2 minutes between them when they took off. He's all on his own. I'm sorry, I don't have a number. Number 5, I'm told. It's number 5. That's Duncan Atkinson. Duncan Atkinson of Air Care and Lay. Number 7. Henry from Bulolo. Come on, Henry. Here comes another one. Number 16. Richard. Richard from British Petroleum and Lay. Number.
Can't see the number. Look at that.
Number 14, Mick Stewart from Air Care and Lay. Air Care are well represented today. Number 21. That's Bob Geddes. Bob Geddes, number 21, straight through. John Muller, the man who's responsible for this course to a large degree, an employee with P&G Forest Products. Number 26. Alan Elroy, number 26. The man who lost his wheel last time is through well. Another rider coming, we don't know who he is yet. He's yet to poke his nose around the corner. There's a deep throbbing noise. Here he is. Graham Lash took off with Phil Franklin. He's well ahead of Franklin. Well, that's Graham Lash well ahead of Phil Franklin. They took off together. And at this point, there's no sign of Franklin coming around the corner. Where is he? Well, this is number 45, Paul Curry. Now, this sounds like Phil Franklin. It's got that throaty noise we know so well. Here's number 23, Phil Franklin. Number 4. Number 34, Greg Blewett. It looked like Graham Lashy came off then. The fellow was calling Graham Lash before. I don't know who he was, but it looks like Lashy going through there now. Took a tumble, and it's a race between those two, Phil Franklin and Graham Lash. Lashy took a nasty fall there, just missing that nasty stone with the sign on it. Nasty fall there to Graham Lash. Very, very interesting competition. Oh, Graham Lash, the lads have just taken off. We've just missed them going. And old Lashy's there. He's not having much luck starting his bike. I seem to remember in Bulolo last time he was here, he also had trouble starting his machine, but it didn't stop him from winning. And that's number 20, Lenny Tucinelli, who came through a bit late. There they go round. Lashy will have 2 more laps to go. And there's young Lenny. I don't know what happened to him, but he was well behind the main body of the field.
We got 15 riders. Oh, we got 15. I thought you said 14.
Don't know. Might be 15, I don't know.
But how much is it about? She was asking me where was the
14 before.
forest is called it.
You must be 15.
And I
right? You got 15.
it's down in
15,
Bulolo,
not
and she was
different numbers,
gonna sell something or say something.
Apparently.
That's how amazing. Just when I left Rabaul,
Cheers. Yeah.
she was in Kokopo.
Not working in competition.
Or because of the Western area.
Oh, yeah.
She evacuated from our small house. And she was living down in Rapindi.
She rang me up about
She got a phone in a house.
June or something from the office.
She got a
Good shot.
Well, while John Muller and son are trying to stone the wrong road sign, we can hear bikes coming in the background, and this should be the A graders on their 3rd and final lap of the course.
Go on then. Hey, Ken, forward a weighing bridge. Always weighing bridge. Get out of the road. Come here.
Phil Franklin. Well, that looked like Phil Franklin and Alan Elroy. If that's the case, Phil Franklin's really caught up on the field. Here's another rider coming through. Sounds like Graham Lash. That's him, that's Lashy, number 4. Away he goes. 3rd and final lap, and away goes Lashy. Oh, what a race this is. Here he goes. Number 34, Greg Blewett. Paul Curry, number 45. Paul Curry from Co-Air and Lay. But certainly, Graham Lash, Phil Franklin and Alan Elroy have really got a header on this field.
Oh! And I went 2 or 3 meters to the side. Yeah, good one. I go, hey.
No, I didn't. I'll get a better one of you tomorrow, though.
It's about 4:15 in the afternoon. The B graders have finished. They've done their 2 laps. And as we've just seen, the A graders are going around doing their 3rd and final lap for the day. And we're at the finish waiting to see in what order they come home.
I've mastered it now, but I've had a go at it, right?
And there's the finish line down there where Kate and the girls are, waiting to check them in. Please tell the viewing public in what order the B graders came home.
Oh, it's a bit early to be making broad statements like that.
But what does it look like?
Only the first part of the first day.
Right.
Sorry, yeah.
Michael Leefer and Scott Bennett look as though they're in the lead. They were neck and neck all the way through. And probably Bob Geddes, Richard Philp, and Mick Stewart coming in close after that, with Duncan, Atkinson and Dave Morgan. And Duncan, Henry and David coming in after that.
Thank you, Kate and Wendy.
Very close.
The first of the A graders, and it's Pouchy. Is it? Yes, Pouchy, number 26. Graham Lash, number 4, second in behind Pouchy. What a race. Now, last time we saw them in the middle of the field, Phil Franklin and Pouchy were having a great race. Don't know where Franklin is. And Graham Lash was just coming up behind them, following up the field.
Where'd you get it going? Down at the log.
Pouchy, where's Franklin?
He had a breakdown.
Did he?
Came up.
He went through and the cattle decided to have a big charge.
Green.
Will he be able to finish or not?
Oh, I think he will.
Yeah.
I think he'd only be tying it up, wouldn't he, Graham? Yeah, he's coming now.
So, Alan Elroy, Pouchy, first in across the line. Graham Lash, number 4. Scott Bennett there leading in the B grade. And the rain is just beginning to settle in. Here it comes.
It's about to piss down, you mean, don't you? It's about to piss down?
In the foreground we have the Graham Lash and Scott Bennett combo, which brings them down from the Highlands with their bikes. And in the background we can hear a bike which is probably Phil Franklin coming in. As you've just been told, he suffered a breakdown around the course. No, it's not. It's number 34. That's Greg Blewett. Greg Blewett coming in. And here comes another rider. This will be Franklin. Here he comes. Number 45, Paul Curry. And behind him, Phil Franklin, number 23.
Yeah, all bikes.
Over here, come in.
Huh?
Rider 20 hasn't finished.
Where's that Lenny? He broke down in the first lap. Did he come in?
Yeah,
Right, well, they're closing down. The race is finished for the day. The bikes will be impounded for the night, and then we'll be back in action with you tomorrow morning at the other course. As the rain comes in, we're going to pack the camera away and get ourselves home as well. There's a happy man. Well, it's breakfast time at the Bulolo Gun Club before the main event on the Sunday morning. There'll be breakfast here. There'll be a cold start for the motorbikes, and then we're up in the big bush for the beginning of the event. If I'm lucky, I'll be able to get Kate here to give us a rundown on yesterday's results.
In B grade, Michael Ledford is leading with 34.35 points, followed by Bob Geddes, followed by Richard Phil. In A grade, Graham Lash is leading with a lead of over 3 minutes from Phil Franklin and Alan Ellery. So today's result is still wide open, and there is a sweep spot being run on the riders today. And this is for the fastest lap. It's not for the overall winner. It's just for whoever does the fastest lap at that time, which yesterday was one for Ledford. So eventually we'll see who wins that today.
Thank you, Kate. At Bulolo Motors, we've got 10 minutes maintenance on the bikes before they refuel, and then it's up to the bush for the start of the event. Phil Franklin with the offending part that caused his breakdown yesterday and is now putting behind Graham Lash in the event. Dave Morgan, number 6, to whom I owe an apology for identifying him as Graham Lash yesterday. But we soon got that sorted out when Lashy fell off in full view of the camera. Number 14, we have Mike Stewart of Air Care and Lay. And Wendy. Richard Philp, British Petroleum, number 16. Behind him, Alan Ellery, number 26, who's well on the ratings for the weekend's event. Behind him, Greg Blewett, checking his bike out over there. Michael Leafer looking very confident.
He hasn't got any tools.
Running at number 4, Graham Lash, and with him Scott Bennett, otherwise known as the Anco Connection. Graham leading in the A grade and Scott leading in the B. Mackinson on bike number 5, another part of the Air Care contingent here today. Bulolo based rider here on bike number 7, playing around with his spokes.
I don't play. 5 minutes.
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go before the maintenance period is over. Paul Curry, bike number 45. Paul, part with Co-Air and Lay. And the spectators. Len Taselli riding his bike number 20. Greg Blewett riding his number 34. That's correct, isn't it, Greg?
That's right.
Is bike number 21. Is that right, Bob? That's correct. Bike number 21.
Beauty.
Hmm? Well, Phil Franklin looks like he's mobile. He's all strapped together there, like a sore thumb, and he's ready for the event.
How much?
1 minute.
1 minute to go before the maintenance period is over. Kate there is the lady with the watch. Well, the riders are lining up. The first two have got away. Duncan Atkinson and Scott Bennett are away, and we now wait for 2 minutes for the next two to go. Bob Geddes and Dave Morgan. Dave Morgan on the left, Bob Geddes on the right of your screen, just about to start. There goes Dave Morgan. Bob Geddes is firing up, there he goes. There goes Bob Geddes. And up over the other side. Right, the A-graders, number 34, Greg Blewett and Lenny Taselli. Number 4, on the right of your screen, Phil Franklin, number 23. It's a big grudge match between these two today. Lash currently coming first, Franklin currently coming second in the A grade. Well, we can hear bikes coming, and we're here at a very hazardous point. It's taken them about an hour to come around the course. We're only about 200 yards from the finish line here, and the first of the riders should be with us very, very shortly. It's number 15. Number 15. Number 44. Right, here he is, Michael Leafu, number 44. No sign of Scott Bennett, he should have been here through here first. Michael Leafu has obviously caught up a lot. They're both gone the wrong way. Duncan Atkinson, well, he's over. They're both going the wrong way. Oi! Up this way. Well, they're both in the shit. Well, it's Duncan Atkinson on the top of your screen, Michael Leafu at the bottom. There goes Michael. There they are, they're away.
Yeah.
Right, this is number 26. This is Alan Elroy. Is it? Just let me check here. Number 26, Alan Elroy. Well, he's really caught up. He must be at the very lead of all the A graders. He's taken the wrong road. They've all done that. Well, the fellow they call Pouchy has gone the wrong way. There's a no-no sign down there.
You can't see any tracks now.
Pouchy, you've just gone the wrong way. Here comes Pouchy. He's got a fantastic lead on the rest of the field. There's no two ways about it.
So you're going around that way, everyone else is going to see it.
And here comes someone else down the mountain. It looks like Richard on his way down, Richard Philp, one of the B graders. He's in a good position if he's coming through now. I'll just let you know just how far Alan Elroy is ahead of the field. He's just about overtaken everyone but two people in front of him. Tremendous performance. And he's gone the wrong way. No. He's no fool.
In he goes.
Was that my baby?
He stopped. I can't tell you who it is. Number 21. Bob Geddes, looks like. Bob Geddes, number 21. A little bit of difficulty getting down the mountain. Stick with her, Bob. And right beside where Bob's going is this great big hole. You can see it down there. Stick with her, Bob. Is he going to go the wrong way? Yes, he is. No.
We're not supposed to show them.
Well, we can hear lots of riders coming now. This sounds like Phil Franklin to me. I might be wrong, but it sounds like him. Here's his number 23, Phil Franklin. He's really got a header on here. He's about 5 minutes behind Pouchy. There, Phil Franklin's just gone through. Now he took off last with Graham Lash, and so he's got a good lead on Graham Lash. He's the fellow who's out to beat for the overall competition, but he is well behind Alan Elroy. The thing is, we've got a lot of B graders that come through yet, and we haven't seen them. The bike coming down here now. Looks like David Morgan coming down. He's having trouble. Behind him comes Graham Lash, number 4. Now Lash is about 4 minutes behind Phil Franklin. He's obviously had some trouble. There's Lashy, number 4. There goes Dave down there. running down without power, very silent. And there goes Lashy. He's read the sign on the tree properly, and he's away. Graham Lash and Dave Morgan down here definitely having bike problems.
Holding the bike.
Right, number 20, that's Lenny Toselli. Lenny Toselli, number 20 is through. A grader. Come on, Lily. He saw the big hole and gave a holler. Greg and Lenny took off together, so they're very close.
Can't see the light from
It looks like Henry. He's away like a startled gazelle down this mountain. Stick with it, Henry. Now this is number 5. Now this is that's Duncan Atkinson, number 5. Now he was one of the first pair to take off, he and Scott Bennett. I don't think we've seen Scott Bennett yet, so to give you an idea just what a lead some of the top A graders have over these B grade riders. Now here comes Paul Curry, number 45. Paul Curry from Lay, co-air pilot. Now the riders are going round on their second lap now. They're going around on their second lap. There's Paul Curry up there on the line. They have a break and this will be on their second lap. Paul Curry's away on his second lap. A grader, second of 3 laps.
I'll try and tell you who they are.
Well, they're on their way.
There's a car on the road.
this looks like Graham Lash. What number was it?
Scott Bennett.
Scott Bennett, number 15, Scotty Bennett. Now he'll be leading the B graders. And that's definitely not in the event. Well, Scott Bennett is definitely well ahead of the field with the B graders. Michael Leafu. He's going. The right-hand turn down the mountain.
They're gonna see the one. That's my Uncle Henry.
That's Henry. Richard Philp. Richard Philp. Number 4, Graham Lash. Graham Lash, he's got himself ahead of Phil Franklin. There he goes. And this sounds like Franklin. Number 23, this is the grudge match. They're neck and neck. Graham Lash is just in front. Well, Graham Lash has got himself in front of Phil Franklin. They came through in a different order before.
Daddy, what is that? What is that?
So it might be Bob Geddes. Bob Geddes. There's no sign of Alan Elroy. What's happened to him this time? Alan Elroy has not come through.
Daddy, what is this mark?
Alan Ellery.
Alan Elroy, well, he's well behind. Well, Pouchy came through the head of the field last time and now he's behind. Here's number 20, Lenny Tuselli, and he's right up Ellery's ass.
What number have we got?
Number 34, Greg Blewett. Well, the A graders should be on the start of their third round. And this sounds like the first of them coming up on the last lap that they have to do. Number 4, Graham Lash. There he goes. It should be right behind Graham Lash. They passed us neck and neck, and I can hear a very familiar sound coming up that hill. They've done 2 laps, and this is the beginning of the third. This will be Phil Franklin. Here he comes. Well, Phil Franklin and Graham Lash have taken over Alan Elroy, who we saw come in only a few minutes ago. And they've got a really good header on this field. And it's between those two as to who takes out the competition, Phil Franklin and Graham Lash. Goes Pouchy. Number 20, that's Len Tasselli. Now Lenny should be very closely followed by Greg Blurt. That's how they came past us a little while ago. Here he is, Greg Blurt, number 34. Looks like Dave Morgan, B-grade rider, coming in for the finish. We're now at the finish line. We've got the last of the B-graders coming through, and we hope shortly to have the first of the A-graders as they come in for their grand finale. Dave Morgan from Co-Air and Lay coming in. Paul Curry, the last of the A-graders. Well, Paul's there, last of the A-graders, and there's the finish line, and we're waiting for the first of the A-graders to come back for a finish now. We may also get a few B-graders coming through beforehand. While we're waiting for the A-graders to come through, it's a beautiful location that we have here for the Enduro at Bulolo, this lovely creek here, the Bulolo Creek. A lovely picnic spot down over there. We've got all our indigenous viewing public here, and over the other side, barbecue being run by the Bulolo Rifle Club. And while I'm here, I think it's opportune to mention a few people. Firstly, PNG Forest Products, among whose tall timber this course is being raced on their logging tracks, and first and foremost among them, of course, Mr. John Muller. Winner of today's grade, and the position in which you see the people come past the camera will be basically the position in which they finish. We saw Graham Lash leading Philip Franklin from Alan Elroy a short while ago, and it'll be interesting to see in what order they come past the camera this time. I can hear bikes in the background, so it won't be long before they're past us, and I'm standing only about 100 yards from the finish line. First of the riders, we can hear them coming now. We don't know who it is. It sounds like Phil Franklin. It'll be interesting. Number 23, Phil Franklin, who started with Graham Lash at the very end of the field, is... Well, Phil's got himself caught on that log. This is dangerous because these blokes will be right behind him. These blokes will be right behind him. Phil's had to stop his bike, and it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Well, he's mobile again. He got himself caught in this bloody mud hole. No one's allowed to hit, and I can hear Graham Lash right behind him. There's only one bike that sounds like that, and that's Graham Lash. There goes Phil Franklin.